This episode is brought to you by Trailer Park Yard Games, where over 28 games are delivered directly to your party. We park the trailer, you party.
So totally unrelated, but it made me think of it. We were at a title company the other day, and they said that they had asked this young person for their social, and they're like, Instagram? Or like, no, you're so stupid.
Oh, you mean TikTok?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Like, why do you need that?
Wow. The things we know, like about dial tone phones and things like that, now they have no idea.
You don't hit pound, you hit hashtag.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, too. So if someone...
Let's have a chat, talk this and that with PB and Jaisy.
Hey, it's the PB and Jaisy show. To my left, I have...
Bill Stedham.
Oh, the Bill Stedham. And to my right...
Jaisy George, here I am.
Yes, and I'm Sarah Padgett, and today we have two very special, very beautiful, blonde guests.
Bombshells.
Yes. And I have the privilege of knowing them. I've known them for a really long time. Our parents know each other. It's kind of how Mansfield used to be, like everybody knows everybody. So I know a lot of dirt on them. We will not talk about that today. But one thing I will say about them, and I'll let them introduce themselves in a second, everything they're involved in turns to gold. I'm like, wow, you like what I did there. They have done a ton in the community, but everything they do is always fun. It's exciting. It's successful. So we're going to talk about one of the things they're doing today. But Megan and Rachel, if you want to introduce yourselves, that would be great.
I'm Megan.
I'm Rachel Grossman.
And what are you guys working on right now? What's the current project? I know you probably have 7, but what's the main one?
We have our hands in a few things, but right now we're working on the Battle of the Nines board. It is a charity that started in 1985 here in Mansfield, and really just is to support the residents of Mansfield in times of need. So it started at the country club, and we have a golf tournament coming up.
So you were born just in time to start on this.
Just in time to start.
Yeah, I wasn't
Some would
even
say
here
you're born
yet.
for that.
I'd say Rachel wasn't even here yet. So tell us what is Battles of the Nine?
Well, we have a party on Saturday night and then a golf tournament on Sunday, and that's really just the big fundraiser. But throughout the year, the reason we love it so much is because it can get money into the hands of people who need it so quickly. We've been on other charity boards, and it's just, a long process that takes some time. Like if you have a fire or something like that.
Unexpected medical bills or somebody
something
really sick in your family.
Yeah, where you need money quick. Someone can just nominate you, and within a week, we can approve it through the board and get you a check. So,
awesome.
Yeah,
really.
So a lot of people waiting on insurance or, and they're having
That can take
to
a long time.
put out a lot of expenses because their house burned down, and they just need something.
Well, and Bill,
right away.
you've been involved with
I
that
have.
before, right?
Yeah,
So
I was
tell
on
us your
the
experience.
board for many years, and that's the way we learned about Battle of the Nines is Ann and I had just joined the country club many years ago. Ann didn't play golf, and we had some really good friends. Still have really good friends, not like we had. We had Matt and Penny Hines. And
May they
Jeff
rest in peace.
and they said, let's come play golf. So they invited us to come play, and Ann said, I don't know how to play golf. And we went out there, and she fell in love with it.
Does she know how to play now?
No, she still doesn't know how to play, but she
still
pretends
sucks,
that she
but,
does. We have thousands of dollars in her golf clubs and other things.
It's not about playing golf.
Wait,
No,
it's
Battle of the
more-
Nines is not about
the
playing
culture.
golf.
It's about the experience.
My favorite Bill and Ann story, I can't say the word he really said, but Ann was lining up to make a shot. There probably was drinking involved, I'm sure. Ann's lining up to take a shot, and she just keeps repositioning and kind of wiggling or whatever. And Bill said, Ann, you going to hit it or hump it?
I don't remember ever doing that, but
Of course you don't remember
He
it.
didn't say hump.
I do think that was on the coast of California at a bikini event.
Yeah, sorry.
But
He did not say hump.
But we went to that party on a Friday night. They have a party on a Friday night. We woke up in the morning at someone's house,
Perfect.
which was
That's how
not.
the party goes.
That's how it still's going here.
And we from there got involved, and ever since then we got on the board, and we're off the board. We have been for a few years, and
Did
we
you
used.
get kicked off? Or?
Yeah, what happened?
No.
Tell that
You told
story,
someone
Bill.
to hump it?
No, I didn't tell anybody to hump it. I didn't get kicked off, but just life happened, and all the other things that we're involved in. I couldn't be on every charity board in the world that was there. Easter Seals came around, but it is a great time, and whether you play golf or not, I would encourage everybody to do it. And I can't wait to see what you guys did, because you got to do better than what we did.
How did you guys get involved? How did you get started into it?
Well, we played in the tournament one year, and then our friend Todd Chapel, who is the president of the board right now, was like, we need some younger people, and all the board members like, we need some more young people involved, and for y'all to bring people in to play also. So I think that, the numbers had kind of dwindled down, and just try to ramp it back up into the community and things like that. So that's how we've been involved for like
out.
this is our 3rd year, right?
Yeah, I think so. And we have big mouths. That's probably the reason why. Because we talk it up all around to everyone.
So they put you involved in it right as COVID was happening, right?
Yes.
Said, here, take this over during the world's first pandemic.
Yeah.
But golf was essential. It never stopped.
It's true. I mean, everything at the club was just like booming during COVID. So
Yeah.
Because
Michael would
that's
be
how
like,
we
I'm going to
started.
go golfing. I'm like, the world is closed. He's like, not golf.
we don't even golf.
That's how we started playing golf, is because our husbands were going all the time to the club, and we're like, well, we're not staying
go.
here
You
with
could just
these
leave me
kids.
here at home.
Yeah.
There's kids club.
We'll go. So
Yeah.
that's how we started, and then we got involved in this. Yeah, and we love it. So it's
So
really good.
as of this recording, you guys still have some openings. So that's how many golfers did you guys say?
We can do 108 golfers, and I think that we're at like 80.
118 pairs of golfers.
Yes.
So I think we're at like 100 now.
Okay.
Teams. So we might have like 20 golfers left.
Okay.
That's a big tournament, so that'll fill 2 18-hole tournaments,
Yeah.
correct?
That's
And
awesome.
we're trying to
That's
do.
our goal, and like you said, y'all did that one year, but we haven't done it in a long time. So we hope that we can make it happen.
Trying to fill the whole course.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's
So
really fun.
if you're not golfing, how else can you help?
You can actually just donate, but you can actually come to the party. It's actually on Saturday and Sunday this year, the 10th and the 11th of September. So you can come to the party if you just want to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is a live auction, silent auction, DJ, band, bar, food. So it's
Awesome.
a great
Nice.
party, a lot of fun. But it really isn't, the best of the golfers. You don't have to be husband and wife. I know originally when it started, there was just 9-hole courses, and so it really was like a battle of what hole you lived on, and that was why it started being the Battle of the Nines.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
it was really like husbands and wives playing against husband and wives on the other course, and like our course is better. And so now, it doesn't have to be like
It's
that
everywhere.
as much, and it's just really for fun.
But
So
everybody dresses up in the colors of their team, or we used to.
yes.
And so you would have 6 players per team, a little bit different than normal, and typically husband and wives, and it's just for fun. And
Yeah.
if someone wants to go out there and prove they're a -2 handicap,
Yeah.
knock yourself
Go
out,
ahead.
pal, but
Yeah.
that's not what we're doing.
People just prove their score with their
Yes.
pencil anyway. It doesn't
We asked for the handicap on their forms, and like half of our girlfriends are like, "What are we writing?"
Yeah, what are you
Like,
talking
yes,
about?
Just
yes,
say
I am.
yes.
Yes,
Yes, I
I walk
am.
like normal. What are you talking about?
Like, that's about the extent of it.
So totally unrelated, but it made me think of it. We were at a title company the other day, and they said that they had asked this young person for their social, and they're like, Instagram or Facebook? Like, no, your social
Oh,
security
you mean
number.
TikTok? Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Like, why do you need that?
Wow. The things we know, like about dial tone phones
Yes.
and things like that
Yes.
now they have no idea.
You don't hit
CDs.
pound, you hit hashtag.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this too. So if someone wanted to donate, are you also doing like raffle items and stuff like that?
We
Okay,
love
so where do
raffle items.
Yes, silent auction items, live auction items, and just monetary donations.
okay, and how do they do that? Is there a way to find you guys?
Probably the Facebook page is the easiest. We have a website too. Either one,
Okay.
they can reach out to us. But we see the messages on the Facebook page, so that would probably be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jaisy, we'll have Jaisy put that
Yeah,
on the Facebook
all the
page
links
for
will
sure.
be down in the description box below. And if there are still spots available, I'm sure the Facebook would be a good spot to see that if anybody wants to play and get involved and see how you can help out in any sort of way.
Some of the trips and some of the things they auction off are fantastic. So we got together with a group of people that for almost a decade, we would go to the Battle Nines, win the auction on the nicest condo.
Yeah, and Destin.
Yeah, well, you had Josh Abelson, Matt Hines, and myself bidding on it. And we would win the bid. I'm sure we could have bought the condo.
It's for a good
It's
cause.
not
You're
about
doing
that.
good.
It's for the cause.
But what great trips.
Yeah.
And, we still today travel and do things with them because of the friendships and the things that were developed there because of the Battle of Nines. So there would be dinners. We used to do our dinner
So
there.
you used to donate.
Yeah, and we may again.
Let's talk about this.
Yes.
Well,
Live on the air.
Fresh
Bill
meats.
has committed.
So he actually did one, and it was Renee and Jesse Trussell and
Oh, the
his
date
brother.
night?
Yeah, and so they did. It was a prime rib dinner at Bill's house because I was waiting. I was waiting for him.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
a good
always
idea.
there's a lot of really good big trip packages this
Yep.
year too. Really good ones. So
Yeah, RVR is the title sponsor, and that's Rachel Whitehead Trevino.
Oh, yeah.
Gary's company.
Gary's company. They're donating to fly on the plane to
Oh, wow.
yeah, on the private jet, a PJ.
How-
to
Oh
the
my
Broadmoor
goodness.
in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So
How
That would be
cool!
Wow.
How many people on that trip?
Oh God, I can't remember.
I think it
8 maybe. So someone said something about taking your kids, and then they're
No.
like, no,
Why?
You would just get 4 other couples and go.
Yeah.
You wouldn't take your
You
kids.
can't take children.
I think it would depend on the
on
amount
the
of
PJ.
luggage that you're taking on.
If
a
you take
private
Rachel,
jet.
you're gonna have to cut some people.
Rachel and her luggage, or 8 guests.
Or I guess Brian and Rachel have to go by themselves.
I need to give Matt and Penny a call here and see.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah.
So, are you going to go this year? Or you
We're out
coming?
of town, unfortunately. We're on another trip out of town.
The beauty of that, if you can't go, is you can still
Donate
We
it
could
to
call
donate
it in,
something
like
to
on
auction
the
off.
movie. We could be on the phone with you,
Bill has
betting on the things for the live.
I'll talk to Matt. I trust his.
I don't know. He's pretty sneaky. Yeah, I think that we'll post all the live auction items before the event. So if you had a friend that could be there and bid for you, then you could at least see what there's going to be that night.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. That
Well,
sounds like a load of
and
fun.
I don't know if you guys want to talk about this, but you also have started this really cool Facebook mom group.
Oh.
We have a lot of things. Yeah, we have Mom Camp
Also
Retreat.
during COVID.
Yeah, we started Mom Camp
1
Retreat
week
during
before
COVID.
it closed down.
Yes.
They were doing like
You got
on-
shut down?
1 week before the world shut down, we started that.
Oh.
A travel company. So
Well, you know,
a great time.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really just kind of the same thing about how we got into golf. Is we feel like husbands have we're going on our draft to go on a trip, and we're gonna we
We're going on
got
a hunting trip.
yeah, and so
Trip.
we're like moms need trips. So
Yes.
we decided we would start kind of like a mom group on Facebook, and it went really well because of COVID because we'd have games.
Y'all did karaoke one night
hours
online.
on Friday
Online.
nights. Yeah,
Yeah.
like virtual
Virtual
happy hours for a
karaoke.
while.
Yeah, and so but we're about to plan our next trip, so we're very
Ew.
excited.
Where are you guys going? Have y'all decided where you're
We
going?
haven't announced it yet, but it's very secretive. It is.
Stay
For
tuned.
next spring.
How do moms get involved in that? Like,
Jay's like, can you sign me up?
So, are there any open spots?
And it's
You're
not
in.
just for moms. We say any woman that is sick of doing laundry, dishes, and
is
work, and
qualified.
likes to drink. So it's not like
Tom, we're out.
Yeah, okay,
Tom,
great.
put your hand down.
Yeah.
Put your hand down.
yeah, it's just for fun, not like focused on anything in particular. Just us organizing trips so that moms don't have to think about it and
Can go with their girlfriends.
just go.
Well, and moms always do all the planning, so y'all take
Oh,
some
yeah.
of that away
Yeah.
too.
So we feel like a lot of times we'll start talking about a trip and then it's like just kind
We
of
can't go that
falls
weekend.
apart.
We can't go that weekend. So it's just like this is when it's happening. If you want
If
to
you
go,
can come, you can come.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have some usually during the year more locally, but then we're gonna do a big one in the spring. So
Our first one was in September of 2020 in Mexico.
It makes me think of, do you guys watch Real Housewives? It makes me think of they always do some sort of trip together where all of the drama unfolds and someone wants to leave early.
if only we had the sponsors.
Fighting
they have.
over the best bedroom in the house.
Yes. Now I want to come just so I can just act very dramatic and have 9 pieces of luggage. For what?
And make someone carry it. for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that, but the fun part.
We can make it like that.
Yeah, we could.
Invite Jay-Z, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then are y'all still very much in your day-to-day business? Do y'all want to talk about that too?
Yeah.
So many things going on.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
So we are.
This is another Facebook page.
Yeah. Our day job is we own Gold Dust Event Co. So we plan weddings and events.
Which that is so up y'all's alley. Y'all do such a great job. Does that take a lot of y'all's time?
We're pretty busy at it, yeah. We have associate planners who do a lot of planning, and we only probably would plan maybe 6 to 8 a year or so.
Yes.
So we have that many coming up. We're doing a lot at the Drover coming up, so we're excited.
I've heard
about
so
that.
many. I haven't been yet.
Oh my
I've
gosh,
heard
you
it's
haven't
awesome.
gone?
That is a very nice hotel.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Very
They did
good.
it so
Yep.
right. Yeah, it's really good. So we like it. It's still going good. Same thing during COVID. Everything shut down, and now it's just like
Booming
going,
back.
going.
Yeah.
And everybody's going in hard this time. It's like we haven't done anything for 2 years, so we're going all out. Or people that have delayed their wedding for 2 years that are like pissed off.
Well,
Yes.
we were just at Masterminds where Brian Buffini talks about fly first class, stay in the suite, take the shorter trip, but do it the best way.
Yeah, go all out.
So, and I think that's great. There's so much wisdom to that.
I want to see Brian Buffini and Dave Ramsey talk about very
Money at the same time.
different trips. Where Dave's just like, pay for it in cash and just save. And if you can't go, you can't go. I guess you're just gonna have to go next year. And
Make the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
exactly.
You
Bring
don't
your own
need to
lunch.
eat at the nice
And Brian's
restaurant.
like, no, we're gonna go to like a 5-star restaurant. Like if you're gonna do it, what's the point in going?
I'm really liking this guy.
Bill unfriended Dave Ramsey on Facebook.
No, I did not. Ann and
He
I,
was telling you to save your money.
He said the word
I
budget.
hate
He said
this
the B
guy.
word. He said
I hate
budget.
this guy.
we actually have a budget and we do pay for cash on all our trips. In fact, I was just bemoaning because I'm having
Going to Barcelona.
well,
Yeah.
but that trip may get canceled, so I have to
Poor thing.
I have to find a travel agent to help me book a last second
What about
trip.
Mark Ambrose that we had on our?
It's a possibility, but I can't do anything till I know what
If
happens.
it's gonna cancel.
So we booked a cruise on a brand new cruise line. Ritz-Carlton came out with a yacht line, and they were supposed to start sailing in 2020.
Did it cost a yacht?
Now 2021. Then it was supposed to start sailing in June, and they just delayed it till the week before we go.
No.
So my wife and I are like, oh my gosh,
Oh, but if you could be the first one on the boat,
Oh,
that
it
would be
would be
so
the coolest.
awesome.
Everything would be brand new.
I don't
would
like
be
the
cool.
stress that's occurring at the moment.
Yeah,
That would be
that's
cool.
hard.
Yeah.
We were actually in Spain whenever COVID happened, and whenever they made the announcement, they were going to close the borders, so we had to come
leave-
home
oh,
real
You had to
quick.
hop on a plane real quick.
Yeah,
And
it's
Can you imagine being on the coast of Spain during COVID, having to just really rough it out there?
Yeah. Well, you would think you never want to come home from vacation until
Yeah.
they tell you can't.
Can't.
And then you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I'm not
I
going
know.
to
I'm
an Air Force
sure.
base. I want
Yes.
because our kids were with us.
And all the hotels were shutting down.
Rachel called us in the middle of the night. I'm like, can't we talk about this in the morning? She's like, I don't think so. I think that y'all should get up and find a flight. It was crazy.
It was a
That's
weird time.
scary.
It was a weird time. I'm so glad it's over.
and it is over. It's completely over.
Yes.
You know,
So glad.
One
keep
thing
my
I
fingers
wanted
crossed.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask is being sisters, and obviously you guys have grown up together and stuff like that. What is it like working together, not just on one business, but so many different things? Because it on the surface, obviously, it looks Instagrammable of being perfect. I want to hear the nitty gritty. Like,
nitty-gritty.
when was the last time you pulled each other's hair?
Oh, if I pulled her hair, she'd be really mad.
We don't roll like that.
Jaisy's trying to, she wants us to fight like the housewives.
I'm just
Can you
like,
flip this table?
start it, yeah.
We do pretty good. The good thing about being sisters is we can totally like duke it out, gripe it out, and
But it
then
comes from
go,
love.
Yeah, and then go back to
Yeah.
the next day and
Yeah.
everything
We
be
just
fine.
bitch at each other as it goes along instead of letting it like build up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Our birthdays are also really close too, so we our personalities are a lot the same, I feel like, so it works out good because we can
Yes.
both just move on.
And you get each other.
Yes. And she's more like Excel boxes and spreadsheets and like loves like clerical work, and I'm more of like pretty Pinterest fun things.
We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. Let's
In
put some
Gold Dust, we
flowers on it.
definitely have like our lane that we kind of stay in, so
Oh,
it works.
That's important.
Now you have another sister. Does she feel left out with all your projects?
I wasn't expecting
You mean there's a third one of them?
There's a third.
They just
She
keep
doesn't
happening.
quite talk as much as we do, I wouldn't say.
No.
But yeah, we all have 2 kids each, and she helps us all the time
Awesome.
and helps with our businesses and also with the babysitting life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And we all live in like the same neighborhood, and our kids all go to the same school, and we're all together every day. So it's good.
That's really cool.
And the husbands are best friends, so that's
They're on a golf trip right now.
Oh,
I love that
Imagine
the
that.
husbands are best friends.
yeah, it's awesome.
It's good,
Yeah, growing up, my dad has 6 brothers and 1 sister, and they all live in the same neighborhood. So my dad one of the brothers that's directly younger than my dad literally lives across the street from my dad. And so now they're both like in their 60s, like retired. And so they have breakfast together every day. And
That's cute.
it's great to have that like core family. I grew up with such a big family. It's nice to, stay together.
Exactly.
It doesn't always happen.
Yeah, it doesn't always happen. Also, there's family that you choose, and then there's family that you have, and sometimes, either one works.
Yes, one or the other.
Yeah.
Yes, we're very blessed. It works. Awesome.
Okay, well, so Battle of the Nines, we'll have some stuff posted below.
Yes.
What about if you know somebody that needs help, or is it just Mansfield residents? Is it like how does that
them to
work?
have ties to Mansfield, somehow ties. They helped our babysitter's family a few years ago. She was lived in Arlington, but she was here all the time helping us. She was in high school, so it's just
Or somebody that might work in Mansfield but lives
Somewhere else. Okay.
somewhere else.
They've actually done a lot for people who work at the club,
Yeah.
like the employees. Also a lot with the school district. We've been talking to Lindsay Truck with the Mission Center because they have paid so many utility bills recently. So they have almost met their whole budget already this year. So she's going to start sending us some nominations. So just from anywhere, but really on the Facebook page, reaching out to one of us, reaching out to Todd.
And it's just a simple nomination form. Not
Okay, here's what we need. Okay.
Yes, just some basic information. So.
Okay. And is that something y'all have trouble, or are y'all getting a lot of nominations, or is that something that you
You'd
don't?
be surprised. We don't get as many.
We've heard that quite a few times with people that have been on to talk about charities. They're like, it's interesting, we raise all this money and sometimes you just don't.
I think people just assume they're going to get told no, or they're afraid to ask.
So that it's such a hard process. That's what we want people to know, that it's not a hard process. It's an easy process. We can do it quickly, and it's
And
there
it
to
can be
help.
for anything. It's not just has to be for this or this. It's just
Right. Anybody that needs help. Awesome. All right. Well, we have a little segment that we like to call
Tales from the Lockbox. So I found this on the internet, and so I'm just going to read through this. Golf in the barn door. A lovely afternoon finds Rod and his wife, Phoebe. They're playing around.
Phoebe.
I'm saying it's Phoebe. Who the hell names their kid Phoebe?
Oh my goodness.
Meet Bill Stedham.
There we go. Yeah.
That was a great one, Bill. That was funny.
Yeah. Anyways, they've had a wonderful time, and Rod's had a near perfect round of golf for Rod. They're at the final hole, and it's by far the most difficult. It wraps around an old barn. And with a terrible slice, Rod puts the barn between his ball and the green. And knowing that the strokes it'll take to get around the barn will destroy his score, he begins to rant and wave. His wife, hating to see him ruin such a great afternoon, makes a suggestion. What if I were to hold open the barn doors? That way you could send it right through the barn and onto the green. Rod thinks this over and says, that's a great idea. She goes and holds open the barn doors. He lines up with the hole and gives the ball a terrific whack. The ball shoots through the air and right into the head of his wife, killing her instantly.
This sounds like a Netflix special.
Yeah, she's dead. She's gone. Months go by, and the man's mourning all the while, and his friends, hating to see him in such a state, convince him to go golfing with them. They end up at the same course, and on the final hole, oddly enough, another terrible slice puts the old barn between his barn ball and the green. Again, he begins to rant and rave at what his dilemma will do to his score. His friends, wanting to please him, makes a suggestion. What if I were to hold open the barn doors? That way you could send it right through the barn onto the green. He says, no, don't do that, man. The last time I did that, I got 2 over par.
Poor Phoebe. That was the best part of that. All right. So unless you guys do y'all have any funny stories or anything you want to add? I could tell about one of your kids pooping on the floor while showing you houses. It was solid.
Was that them?
It was solid.
A good.
That did make the podcast, but we didn't know whose kid it was.
It was Michaela.
Wasn't
Michaela? I thought it was your kid.
No, it was not. It was Michaela.
Oh no, they're fighting just as I was.
Now we're gonna flip the table, Jason.
No, it was Michaela.
I couldn't tell. I didn't DNA anything.
It was Amber Heard. That's what it
Maybe
was.
it's Campbell.
I don't
Somebody
even remember.
somebody picked it up. It was
You saw
solid.
how
Oh
like
my
big of an event
goodness.
in my life it was, because I don't even remember.
I think I remember.
It happened so much.
It was
These
just
crazy
a normal
things.
Yes.
Thursday.
Yeah.
When you have kids, there's certain things that you would never think that would be said in your house, done in your house, and then they happen, and you're like, okay.
Boudreaux's butt paste.
My mom had called my grandma one time, and she was babysitting some other cousins, and they were having a conversation. All of a sudden, my grandma says, "Anthony, quit licking the lamp." You just never know.
That is how it is.
I've had to tell Colt to not lick that light bulb before.
Yeah.
And I know. It's a Christmas light bulb at the restaurant. He just went up and
It looked like it tasted good,
yes,
right?
and the lady was like,
What's always interesting with that is I'm like, I made you a fantastic dinner. You don't want to put any of this in your mouth, but like a random like screw on the floor, you're gonna pick it
you
up.
won't lick broccoli, but you will lick a light bulb that's turned on.
Makes sense.
My brother's middle, Jack, he came up to him one day and said, "I didn't eat that." And my brother said, "You didn't eat what?" He goes, "I didn't eat that paint." My brother's like, "What paint?" So he found out he had like it was like water. He had dipped like a watercolor brush in, but he drank it. But he just said, "I didn't eat that." I said, "What?"
He had to tell he couldn't.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So proud.
All right, well, let's level up a little bit, Jaisy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've got a quote. It's from Anonymous. If people are doubting how far you can go so far that you can't hear them anymore. I think that's a really great quote just to kind of lower the volume on the haters. And so with this charity, I really hope that you guys just knock it out of the park. Anybody that's doubting you guys have such a great energy.
They haven't seen him work before. They don't know.
Yes. So I'm really excited to see like how far everything goes and how much you guys are able to impact the community and all of that. So it's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
We're happy to be a part of it, and we're so excited that the board, asked us and that we can, help people.
Yes.
Awesome. So,
Love it.
yeah, be sure to check out the links. We'll post everything we can below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you don't like what you hear, don't tell us. Just tell us if you love us. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And with that, we out.
Yeah.
Bye.
Just had a chat, talk this and that with PB and J.